There's 5 steps to creating your first ad with AdWords. The first is keyword research, which we're going to do in just a second here. Then we're going to set up a campaign, set up an ad group, and set up an ad within that ad group. And I'll talk about all these in depth as we go. And the last thing I'm going to talk about are some advanced features. So by the end of this tutorial, you're going to go from a beginner at AdWords to a complete pro. So if you don't already have a Gmail account, you need to go sign up for a Gmail account. It's obviously free, but once you get your Gmail account, which I already have, you go to adwords.com and just click Start Now. Now, for people with new accounts, this screen may come up, and I don't recommend going through and using this. What I recommend doing is clicking Experience with Google Ads, because it'll fast forward you into a much better way of setting up your ads, setting up your campaigns, which will ultimately save you money. The first real step is to do keyword research. Figure out what someone would type into Google to find your product. Now, this is a bit of a catch-22. To get access to the Google Keyword Planner, which is a free tool that Google gives you, you have to go through and you have to create your first ad. So right now I'm going to show you how to create an ad. And at this point, you should just, whatever keywords you think someone might go to Google to type in and find your product, that's the keywords you should use. But then as soon as we're done with this, I'm going to show you how to do proper keyword research. So let's make a first sample, a test ad, just so we can get access to the Google Keyword Planner. We're going to go over search ads. There's also display ads and universal app ads, which I don't recommend either one of these two to beginners. Search ads are the typical ads you see when you search for something. So let's click that. And you can click whatever one you want. For now, I'm going to say website traffic just to make it easy. Then at the bottom here, you're going to put in the URL of the website that you want to send the ads to, want to send the traffic to. I'm going to be using the company VinoCards, which is my girlfriend's company. I taught her how to create her own unique product, her own passion product. And that's one thing here on this channel that I do that's different from most channels, is I teach you how to create your own unique product. My personal company is Performance Nut Butter, but let's get back to the tutorial with VinoCards. When you get to this page, you're going to put in a campaign name. So I'm going to put VinoCards General Campaign, just to make things easy. Now, at this point, we're setting up the campaign. So let me share some tips with you on how to save some money. One of the first ones, if you want to save a lot of money, uncheck that box. So include Google Search Partners. Google Search Partners just aren't as profitable as Google is from what I've seen. And same thing, include Google Display Network. These are ads that you might see on websites that are display ads. So I only want to target search keywords. Another thing to save you money is make sure you're only doing in the United States or whatever country makes sense for you. Languages, we got English, so that's good. Budget, I say $5 a day. That's a nice budget to start. Obviously, as you become more confident, you may want to raise that budget. You can do accelerated or standard. This also is up to you. Accelerated delivery basically means that Google will spend your budget as quickly as possible. So that means this $5 might be gone in the first 10 minutes of the day. Standard lets it happen over the course of the day. So this one's kind of up to you. I'm just going to go standard for now. And down here, we're going to set the maximum CPC bid limit. So I'm going to put in there $1. And this is just to start. Another tip to save some money is I like to go down to additional settings, and you can change the ad schedule. Maybe you only want to run it from, let's say, 6 in the morning till 8 at night. All these other advanced features are things we'll go over either later in this tutorial or in a different lesson down the line. But for now, this is enough that you're going to have a pretty profitable ad. So let's go ahead and click Save and Continue. Now we're setting up the ad group. So for this first one, I'm just going to call this VinoCards General. Just keep it nice and broad. We're going to do a standard ad group type. These are the words that when people search in Google, your ad will show for. So I know my company fairly well, and we're going to go wine flashcards. And we'll also put wine flashcards with a space in there just to make sure we capture everything. And these are broad match. We'll talk about the difference between broad match, phrase match, and exact match later. But these we're going to be targeting broad match for now. And again, the reason I chose the keywords wine flashcards is this is what the product looks like. It's a flashcards for wine. So when someone types in wine flashcards into Google, my product, it perfectly describes my product, and I want my product to show up. So that's why I picked the keywords wine flashcards. Again, these are just temporary keywords. We're going to do all the keyword research in just a little bit. I'll show you how to do that. We're going to be targeting broad match for now. Now, I know we haven't talked about keyword research yet, but to be able to do proper keyword research, we just have to set up the first test campaign. So let's go ahead and click continue. And now it's time to set up the ad itself. So for the final URL, we'll put vinocards.com and we'll put a headline. So here's some tips for writing a good headline. Whenever possible, you want to include the keyword, the search word that you're targeting. So for us, it would be wine flashcards. And you want to talk about the benefit of your product. And if there's a number, for instance, our product comes with 52 wine flashcards, go ahead and throw that in there because that really captures people's attention. If there's a bunch of text on the page, which there usually is on Google, some numbers will do a lot of good. So I'll put become a wine expert, and then for headline 3, host wine tastings like a pro. Now, obviously, these aren't very good, but we can do better, and I'll share some more tips later on in this tutorial. So again, this first ad we're creating, we're just doing it quick and dirty so that we can get access to the Google Keyword Planner. Don't forget to add the description. So I'm just going to put a test sample description. I'm not spelling that right. For Vino cards. And then click save and continue. At this point, you're going to set up the billing, and here's a huge tip for you that will save you at least $100. Go find a coupon code. If you can find a coupon for your AdWords account, that's very helpful. You'll save at least $100, and you'll put that coupon code in there and apply. Other than that, just fill out this information, including the credit card information, and click submit. Congratulations, you've set up your first ad, but we're not done there. This is just the start of the tutorial. I want to dive in a little bit deeper into the keyword research, and we're going to go through this one more time. Now that you're somewhat knowledgeable on the basics, we're going to go through it again, and I'll show you some tips on how to properly use AdWords. So at this point, you have access to all the amazing tools, including the Google Keyword Planner, which is where we're going to start. But let me just show you really quick. All your campaigns, as we add more campaigns, will show up right here. You'll be able to click on them, and this will be an example of an ad group. So you have the campaign at the high level, and one campaign might have multiple ad groups within it. And then within each ad group, it might have multiple ads. And the benefit of this is each ad group will have keywords, and each ad group each ad group might have very targeted keywords. So within one campaign, you could have an ad group. So for example, you might have one ad group within this campaign called Vino Cards General Campaign that is targeting anytime someone types in wine flashcards. That ad group would target them and would show the correct ad. You might have another one that would say something like host a wine tasting party. And anytime someone types in host a wine tasting party or wine hosting kit, that ad would show up. So this is going to be a lot more clear as we go through this tutorial. The first thing we're going to do is go to the tools and go to the keyword planner. If you already have a list of keywords and you just want to find the search volume and the forecast of how many clicks you'd be getting, you can go to get volume and forecast. But I think if you're new to this, it's very helpful to find new keywords. So I know for me, for instance, wine flashcards. That's one keyword I want to go after. So let's get started and see what shows up. Got it. All right, wine flashcards. Average monthly searches 10 to 100, and the competition's pretty high. That's not the best. That's not the best keyword to target. Let's see. Introductory sommelier flashcards. So look at this. 10 to 100 searches, same amount of searches, but a lower competition. So I know right away. Let's click that, and we're just gonna save it for now. So I know right away that this one is a good search term that we're going to go after. So introductory sommelier flashcards. Let's look at what else we have here. You're going to want to think about what would someone type into Google to find your product and try to find keywords related. So wine tasting kit. Let's get results. So we got wine tasting kit here. Competition is high as well. That's okay. Top of page bid is $1. So this might be another good one to go after. Wine tasting party kit. Look at that. It's half the price right here. It has less search volume, which is fine, but it's half the price. So I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna add to a new ad group. Let's call this new ad group wine tasting kit for now. So you're basically going to repeat this process over and over again and try to find as many keywords as possible. I've already personally come up with a list of keywords that I think would do well for Vino cards. So let's do a new ad group. Let's say that we wanted to target every time someone searched this in Google. And what would happen is when someone searches this, it would show up in this spot right here. Our ad would show up. So let me show you how you would do that. Because I know if someone's typing in wine tasting party kit, there's a good chance that they would want to buy Vino cards. So let's go back here. We can exit out right here. And we're going to go over this entire process again. So I'm going to create a new campaign just for fun, just to show you the process. But usually I'd probably keep it under the Vino cards general campaign. So this is what it would look like. So go to all campaigns. Let's go campaigns. And then click the plus sign right here. And click new campaign. We're going to go search. And we're going to go website traffic just to make things easy. Again, we'll put in vinocards.com. Continue. Here, we're going to put wine tasting party kit. Search network, unclick this as a reminder. Scroll down. Let's go average. You want to spend $5. Maximum CPC, let's say $1 for now. Now, this is just arbitrary. We're going to change it. Obviously, we saw that it only should be 49 cents. And then let's go here. We don't need to do any audiences for now. I do want to show you some other stuff. You don't need to worry about the start or end time. We will change the ad schedule just to make things a little bit easier. Okay, now we set up our ad group. Again, I'm going to call this wine tasting party kit. Wine tasting party kit will be the keyword. So at this point, I want to talk about the difference between broad match, which is what this is. So broad match modified, which would look like this, phrase match, and finally exact match. So it talks about it down here, how you can do it. But let me show you a real example. So wine tasting party kit. General, if you just always do the modified broad match. The modified broad match is by putting the plus signs in front. This will save you a lot of money because if you don't do that, the way broad match works is if you go over to Google, let's type in wine tasting party kit. Someone could type in wine tasting party kit and just whatever other junk they want right here. Maybe they say monkey, red, discount. They can type in anything and your ad will still come up. So you don't want that. That's just a general broad match. Now, by not including the modified, not including the plus sign, instead of party, they could say mixer. And what Google does is if you don't have that plus sign in front, Google will say, well, a mixer is basically a party, and they'll show your ad anyways. So you'll always want to put that plus sign in front because otherwise you're letting Google create synonyms for you. So let's get rid of that one. So again, with modified broad match, as long as they have the words wine, tasting, party, and kit, your ad will show up. So even if someone typed in there discount or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Now with phrase match, this phrase needs to come up. So there could be words at the end or there could be words at the beginning. But as long as this phrase shows up, your ad will show up. And the last one, and that's the exact match, which is right here, is if your ad will only show up if exactly this, hence exact match, wine tasting party kit is in the what someone's searching for, is in the keywords of what someone's searching for. If anything is added to it, your ad will not show up. So what a lot of people like to do is all three of these and put different bid prices for all three of them. This is up to you. A lot of times what I personally do is just start with modified broad match and add a lot of negative keywords. So we're going to go ahead and click save and continue. We'll just do it like this for now. Again, we're going to write out the headlines and all the different descriptions here. So like I said before, 52 wine flashcards, that's a good thing. What I like to do as well is search and see what would pop out. So the wine tasting party kit, everything you need to know. Let's see here, how to host a wine tasting party. Okay, so the perfect wine tasting party kit. Wine tasting party. And then I'll put kit on the second line. Kit. Then you can put dashes and things. Vino cards. We'll put our product name, Vino cards, 52 wine flash, and that maxes it out. So I'll put cards. And then just to grab people's attention, I'll put free shipping in the USA. Again, we'll put a description here. And again, you really want to use this. This is an ad. You're paying every time someone clicks on it. And the more clicks you get, the cheaper you'll be paying per click, because Google sees that you're doing a good job at converting people, and they'll reward you for this. So I might say something like, host the perfect wine tasting today with Vino cards. And you can type in more, but I'm just going to leave it like that for right now. Go ahead and click save and continue. And like I said, we will have lessons later on that go into more depth about how to write these different ad copy. So vinocards.com right there, and we're going to click save and continue, and then continue to the campaign. So now we have two different campaigns, both with their different ad groups. Now it's up to you how you want to set this up. Usually I will put lots of ad groups within the same campaign. Right now, I'm not doing that. I just wanted to give you an example. Now, I do want to show you something that's going to save you a lot of money. So let's say you click on this campaign here, go down to devices. Now, depending on what kind of product you're selling, you may or may not want to sell on mobile phones. I find that computers have a much higher conversion rate. So what you do is you're going to click decrease by 100%. Save. Same thing with tablets. Decrease by 100%. Save. So this means I'm not wasting my money on mobile phones or on tablets. I'm only spending all my money on computers. Now, personally, I'm not ready to run my ads yet, so I'm going to click on all campaigns. I'll go to campaigns here. I'm going to pause both these just so I don't waste any money on these ads that are not going to be doing very well. One of the things you're going to want to do before you start running your ads is add negative keywords. And what negative keywords do is they block your ad from showing up. So you might tell Google, if someone types in a keyword that I want to show an ad for, but they also include the word discount, do not show my ad, which is one I personally recommend. I have a video that I'll link down below and up here as well. You can, over by my face, there should be a button that you can click on that shows you exactly how to find negative keywords. So at this point, I want to go over some of the advanced features, and we'll do a little walkthrough tutorial of the rest of some of the features that are available on AdWords. And one of the first and most important things, especially if you're doing broad match or phrase match, is to add negative keywords. And you've heard me talk about this before. So I'm going to do it for this wine tasting party kit campaign. I can click here, and then if I click on keywords, I can add negative keywords. And negative keywords basically make it so that if any of the words that you put in the negative keywords are included in a customer's search query, your ad will not show. So some common negative keywords are discount, because if someone's looking for a discount for wine flashcards, I don't want them buying my product. They're not good customers. Another one might be Target, Walmart, Amazon. All these are things, because if someone's typing in Target wine flashcards or Target wine tasting party kit, they're looking to buy it from Target or Walmart. Some other ideas, if you want to find negative keywords, you can go to ubersuggest.io. And what you'll do is you'll type in wine tasting party kit, and you'll get a ton of ideas of what someone might search in addition to wine tasting party kit. And you can look through these and figure out which ones should be negative keywords and which ones should be okay. Now, I'm not going to spend time doing this right now. I do have a video down below, I'll link, and up over by my face on how to find negative keywords, but there's a few different processes, and that's one of the ones I talk about in the video. So once you're done with this, you can save it, or let me show you another little nifty trick. Or you can also use what is called a negative keyword list. And the benefit of a list is you can use it in lots of different campaigns, lots of different ad groups. So let me just show you here, common negative keywords. So I'll just include again, Target, discount, and we'll just leave it like that for now. So I save it. And what I can do is I can click on this and I can apply it to lots of different campaigns. So I can apply it to both these campaigns. And the benefit of this is I have one central location I put all my negative keywords in, and I can apply it to multiple different campaigns. Another advanced feature is the Google AdWords editor, and you just type that in and you can download it. And it's actually software that is on your computer. I'll show you what it looks like here. And you can go in and you can edit things in bulk. So I can go through and export into a CSV document, which is like an Excel spreadsheet, and edit things in bulk. So if you're planning on uploading lots of campaigns, lots of accounts, that is a better tool to use than just going through this portal right here. The most important thing to keep in mind with AdWords is that you're constantly testing. You're not going to get it right out of the gate. It's going to take some work. You're going to spend some money, and you might lose money at first, but you're paying for information. You're paying for the knowledge of what works and what doesn't work. If you want to fast track that success, I do have a link up here and down below to a course I did at AdWords, a complete course on everything you need to know. And a big part of that is, once you've been running your ads, how do you tweak them? How do you go in and maximize them for conversion? So I have a link up here to that. I also have a free playlist of all my top AdWords videos that will turn you into an AdWords master as soon as possible. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel because I'm going to be coming out with more AdWords lessons very soon.